Hello, I'm Scotty Meyer, and this is...
I'm Keith. Was I supposed to introduce myself?
It's my friend, Danique.
What's up?
Origins of Halloween.
Origins. What do you know about
Okay,
origins?
so Halloween comes from Samhain, which is an ancient Galaic harvest festival. And it was a time where people got together and they built fires and celebrated, and they tried to ward off ghosts. That's where we get the idea of dressing up, because they thought if they dressed up as ghosts, then they would scare the evil spirits away. And so, yeah, lots of things that we do today actually come from that. It was adopted by the Catholic Church by Pope Gregory III, who...
He came up with the Day of the Dead, basically.
All Saints Day.
Yeah.
Which is November 1, and that's where a lot of those pagan things that happened on Samhain made it into the church.
The Celtics were conquered by the Romans, right? And eventually out of the Romans came the Roman Catholic Church. And the Romans started blending their pagan beliefs with some of these Celtic beliefs, like this ancient festival. And then the Roman Catholic Church came with All Saints Day, like you were saying, and that's what we have today.
What country does Halloween
come from? Oh, well, I was close enough. Ireland.
Okay.
That's it. Can Christians celebrate Halloween? No.
Is that really the number one most Googled thing?
It is. Well, Halloween and Christians.
So wait a minute. I think Christians can.
But they shouldn't.
There you go. Is it okay for Christians to give out candy?
Ooh.
Oh. I like candy. But
He does like candy.
context. Context is important. Probably not a good idea.
Why?
Well, give out a toothbrush.
Oh, yeah.
How about blow track?
I mean, his wife's a dental hygienist, so that makes sense.
How about a tract on spiritualism?
We actually have some of those. We should insert our commercial right here. You might experience something similar this year, hearing those familiar words.
Trick or treat.
But instead of giving them a trick or a treat, give them truth. Get our new sharing cards on spiritualism and witchcraft, and give them something better.
Can Christians dress up in an innocent costume? Good question.
Yeah, so, I mean, I guess you could, but, dressing up as a character on Halloween essentially comes from an ancient Galaic holiday, Samhain or whatever it's called.
Samhain, I think.
And they dressed up to ward off evil spirits. That's essentially what you're perpetuating. Is Halloween...
Christian. No.
No.
Is Halloween satanic? Wow. Should we even answer that?
You should answer it.
You get the piano music, like the elevator music.
Yes, of course it's satanic. We should have scary sounds right there.
Halloween... Dead people, can we see them? I like what the Bible says in Isaiah 8:19 and 20. Actually, I'm going to pull that out and read it. And when they say to you, seek those who are mediums and wizards who whisper and mutter, should not a people seek their God? Should they seek the dead on behalf of the living, to the law and to the testimony? If they do not speak according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. Why do we want to seek out dead people? The Bible's even asking us that question. Shouldn't we be seeking God instead of seeking the dead? And of course, we've made lots of videos about what happens when you die. So you can check out some of those probably in some link, or somebody will make it appear on this edited video.
I don't think the average person sees dead people.
Well, yeah, the average person, but...
Yeah.
Have you seen that clip about the former Satanist?
Halloween is the highest day on the satanic calendar. It is also the night of the year where there is the most human sacrifice on the whole planet.
Halloween meaning.
Oh, Halloween meaning. So the word, the etymology is actually hallow, which means holy or bless.
Yep.
Which is why they have like the Hollow app. That's where that comes from.
Oh, we have a video about that on our channel. plug.
That word, I think, is also the word that's used like in Genesis when it talks about God creating the Sabbath. He blessed and hallowed it. That's the way they put it in the King James. So Halloween, the "een" part is actually short for like Eve. So it's like All Hallows Eve.
Yep.
And it's got mashed into what we know as Halloween.
Yep.
So
And like we said, this was All Hallows Eve, which was like
the night before All Saints Day.
Yeah. So, and that was meshed with the original Celtic/Roman festival.
Halloween night, spiritual things that can happen.
I also had a friend who worked for the sheriff's department. He said he encountered things that would happen on those nights, and a lot of this stuff doesn't actually make it into the news.
What does the Bible say about Halloween? It does talk about, for example, that we're not supposed to seek out mediums and witches and all those kind of people.
The word Halloween isn't mentioned in the Bible, but many of the practices or principles around Halloween are talked about in the Bible.
Yeah.
So.
And very much spoken against.
Why do we carve pumpkins?
Well,
Actually, the answer to this.
Jack-o'-lantern, it actually comes from Irish folklore. It's about a man named Stingy Jack, and he, according to the story, tricked the devil twice because he was a sinner and he didn't want to pay the price. So Jack apparently wasn't allowed into heaven because he was bad, but he also wasn't allowed into hell. So what happened is that the devil gave him a small burning coal to light his path.
And the only thing that he had available to him was a pumpkin because there's no watermelons at that time of the year.
Well, there were no pumpkins in Ireland at the time.
Oh, okay.
This is an American thing, okay?
Okay.
So Jack runs around with his coal and he's trying to light his path, and he's like, I've got turnips over here because that was a vegetable they grew out there, not pumpkins.
Right.
And so he carves the turnip and puts the coal in there to, make a better light for himself, I guess. He was named after the lantern, so Jack with the lantern, which later was shortened into Jack-o'-lantern. So that whole tradition with the Irish people that came to the United States, they started carving pumpkins instead, and here we are carving pumpkins. Going back to Ireland, the Irish people actually carved faces out of turnips to scare off Jack's soul, his spirit. So technically, when we're participating, carving a bunch of pumpkins, because remember the Irish came to the United States and started carving pumpkins, you're actually doing it to ward off demons, spirits. Kind of scary.
That is kind of scary and weird.
Why do we dress up for Halloween origin? Again, that goes back to Samhain. People dressed up as ghosts, but that's why people do that. It's because they were dressing up as ghosts to scare off evil spirits.
I'll let you take the next one.
All right, so can churches carve, I was going to say pumpkin, at fall festivals. The whole idea of carving faces out of pumpkins and turnips was to ward off demons.
Sure.
So do you think then that it's okay for us to start carving pumpkins when we know that it was originally meant to ward off demons?
Context is important.
Yes.
I agree with you. No, you should not.
Halloween decorations, right?
Yeah.
Actually, that satanic former Satanist who became a Christian, he talks about how if you have Halloween decorations around your house and all of that, it's an invitation for the spirits to come in.
I would agree with that.
In a neighborhood or an area, there's homes that celebrate Halloween, where they put up the decorations and they do the pumpkins and they do the candles and the candy, those things, right? And it's fun. Let's say in a neighborhood, there is houses that do that. So that whole perimeter becomes one big satanic ritual for that whole neighborhood.
Wait. So you're telling me, because I've got them already up, it's September, there's skeletons, there's creepy stuff in our neighborhood already. So you're saying my neighborhood right now is cooked? Like, what are you saying there?
So I'm saying that in a neighborhood or a area perimeter where there is a few homes, that is already a set up as in terms of a hotspot for demonic activity. And anybody, whether they're Christian or non-Christian, that have open doors, that moves or lives in a neighborhood like that will be affected. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so what do we do as Christians?
So, firstly, we make sure that we are in righteous standing with God, that we do not have any hidden sin or open doors in our life, that we are in a righteous covenant with Him. And then it is about praying, like being in serious prayer, that people who celebrate Halloween, whether they being a Satanist or an atheist or someone having fun, that whilst they're doing that they will actually have a true encounter with Christ.
Here we go. Christians' alternative for Halloween. There actually is an alternative for Halloween.
Well, it's Reformation Day on the 31st.
It is Reformation Day.
It's the day that Martin Luther nailed the 95 Theses into the door of the Wittenberg Church. And that was basically the start of the Protestant Reformation. And that's celebrated on the 31st as well. So there's actually a really cool church that does this every year that we're familiar with. We know of it's the Appleton Seventh-day Adventist Church.
If you're in the local Chattanooga area.
Chattanooga, Tennessee. There you go.
There you go. Here we go. Moving on. Is
witchcraft real? Yes.
Absolutely.
It's a
very real
answer.
Yes.
Very real. Go to our channel and click on the playlist Witchcraft and you'll see it. Is it bad to dress up as a witch for Halloween? Yes.
Yes.
I really believe, and we hear this from the horse's mouth from a former Satanist, that this is the devil's holiday. In fact, Anton LaVey, the founder of the Church of Satan, he actually says, "Thank you, parents, for letting our children worship or celebrate the devil once a year." I mean, if he says it, you know it's not from God, you know it's from Satan, stay away from it.
And if you think about it on the other side of the fence, like, I'm sure people who grew up in witchcraft are not like, ooh, let's just go to church one day a week, right?
Yeah, let's celebrate Jesus once a year. They don't do that. Stay close to Jesus.
Fair enough.
Wow, left me hanging.
Oh, left you hanging. Boom, blow it up.